there, and welcome back to another episode of Be Encouraged Moments. Yay. We say this every episode, and it's not going to go away, so we'll just get it out of the way. We love being here.
Yes.
It's such a joy to us, and we hope that it's a joy for you as well. Today, we are going to be talking about being blue. Feeling blue. Mm-hmm. I have been struggling with this topic to share with you guys for, months now. And it's something that I really wanted to talk about. I knew what I wanted to talk about, but I didn't know how to talk about it. I've been dealing with something in my personal life that has been very hard, and it's been a long struggle. And so, like I said, I wanted to bring that to you because I think it's very important for Jan and I to share the not so sunny side of things in our life as well.
Yeah. So
that you know that you're not alone in this journey. So we're going to dive into this a little bit. One of the weirdest things about this whole topic is that for me, life is pretty darn good right now. I would even go so far as to say great, but I don't feel that way. And I want to highlight that because I think it's really important that we understand that just because everything's this way, we don't always feel the same way. And that's okay. Those are normal, and everybody goes through that. Obviously, we've all been dealing with a lot of stress and frustration. I myself have been, like I said, I like to use the word blue. They feel like it's a very, it's a gentle word. But I would even go so far to say that at points I've been angry, and I've been frustrated, and I've been filled with fear. And I don't like the word anxiety, but there's some of that comes along with fear for sure. I think we've all faced that with the COVID pandemic and the lingering effects of the COVID pandemic. I don't care where you stand on the political spectrum, and that's not what this podcast or what this YouTube channel is about, but we've all, no matter where we stand, we have all watched our world be divided over subject matters. Whether you're on the subject matter or not, you still watch it happening amongst other people. I see just fighting. We all have something to fight about, whether it's on social media or on the news or wherever it is. You can't seem to escape it right now. I've seen it in my personal life, driving, stopping at the red light to make a right-hand turn, and the guy behind you honks because you didn't turn fast enough. Well, I don't want to get hit by the oncoming traffic. Like, it's a red light. I've seen it in the grocery store. The lady in front of me yelling at the 17-year-old cashier because she didn't count the change out correctly or fast enough or whatever. I've seen it running errands. I just feel it in the air, and it makes me unbelievably sad. To top it all off, as if that wasn't enough for any of us, I know that all of us have other things, personal things, on top of all of the things I just listed. And for me, there's been a big one. Right around the beginning of the COVID pandemic, I'd say within months of it, actually, we were in lockdown, and I get a phone call informing me that my daughter may not be in a safe environment when she's not with me. And so we spent the next year and a half trying to get to the bottom of that. This is the thing that I've been struggling with a lot. And so I can't go into great detail about what the subject matter is, so you guys can let your imaginations run wild. But the things you do know about me is that I'm a single mom, and that my daughter is the center of my world. You know that I am divorced from a very messy marriage, and that I have had a lot of struggles with dealing with that past. I've worked so hard to get past my past and become a strong, independent woman for my daughter. This new thing knocked me back, completely back. Knocked me back on my tush, even, you could say. I mean, it has been so hard. I've had to have conversations that I don't want to have. I've had to talk about things that are heartbreaking and sad. And, I've called Jan in tears on numerous occasions. I've had to rehash things from my past that I don't want to rehash, that I've filed away, I've dealt with, but now I'm having to revisit them. And more importantly, my little one is part of this. She doesn't really know what's going on. For the most part, she's been kept completely distant from it, but it doesn't matter. She can feel that things are different, feel that things are off. I was lucky enough to reach some resolution within the court, and you would think that would be the end of it. But for me, that was only the beginning, and we still have so much to overcome. I'm sad. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I feel like things are broken and that I can't fix them. I'm blue. As parents, we want nothing more than to protect our little ones from the things out there in the world that can hurt them. And when we can't do that, it's absolutely heartbreaking. I've already listed things at the beginning of this that we're all facing. The COVID pandemic, being away from their friends, having to wear masks, whatever the scenario is, our children have already had to go through so much. And for me personally, there's one more layer to that. And so how do I deal with that? How do I take things one day at a time? Well, that's exactly the answer. You do. You take them one day at a time. You focus on the little things. Mm-hmm. This is what I do. I focus on the little things and I make memories that will outlast the current pain. Now, when I say outlast the current pain, I don't mean that we're going to forget the pain. I'm not saying that in your future you're not going to remember these hard times, because you absolutely will. But the happy moments, the little things, the joy, which we did another YouTube video on that as well.
Check it out if you don't remember it.
Yeah. Those things will outshine the pain, and those will be the things that you'll be able to hang on to. I want to go through a couple things that I do to get past, or to get to the next day, one day at a time, as I said. When my heart is breaking for my little one, not for me, but for my little one, I make a choice to laugh, and to laugh a lot with her. I make the choice to sing at the very top of my lungs to our favorite song.
And they really do.
We really do. We do that when we're happy too. I choose to dance with her. I choose to be silly with her. I choose to cuddle with her and enjoy the quiet time. I choose to play games, to read a book. The list could go on and on and on, but I make intentional choices to do those little things so that when her heart is breaking, when she's sad, when she's blue, I make a choice to put those feelings aside and create a moment, a simple moment, because she'll remember being sad, but she won't remember what she was sad about, and she'll remember how I made the sadness go away. And those are the moments, those are the little things that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the big things, the big trips, the big adventures. When my heart is breaking and I feel like I can't keep going, the choices I make for myself is I stop, which is a very big thing for me because I'm as you guys have probably seen on these videos. And I choose to breathe. Very intentional breathing. I know that you guys have probably all heard about this before. You have apps on your phone, you have apps on your watches, there are things you can do on your computer. For me, I've been doing this for years, so I don't need all those tools out there. But for me, it's very intentional, and I say phrases when I breathe in and a phrase when I breathe out. And I have a lot of different phrases. Sometimes they're scripturally based, sometimes they're phrases between me and my daughter, and it all depends on what I'm dealing with, on which phrase that I use. And they help me. Those words help you. The words help you to find that peace. They help you to focus on what it is that you're trying to breathe in and breathe out. And the idea is that you're breathing in the fresh, breathing out the negative. It can be, and you keep doing that until you find a level of peace. And I literally can get to a point where I can feel the anxiety in my shoulders just kind of go away. The other thing I choose to do is to pray. Pray often and pray frequently and pray loudly.
Frequently is a really good thing because it doesn't always happen at once.
Well, and the idea behind praying is that you're giving it to God. And that is ultimately the goal with praying is that you're taking this and you're saying, here, it's yours. And then you are able to move forward with your day. And the reason you have to pray frequently, or at least I do, is because I'll give it to him and then 2 minutes later I'm worrying about it again. So I didn't really give it to him. And so that's why the constant praying, the frequent praying. You can do, and for me, find what works for you. There is no right way to pray. There is no wrong way to pray. I don't pray in the way that, like I said, there is no wrong way. So I can't even say that I do it the wrong way. I pray like I'm talking to someone, though. I pray like he's right there with me. So you need to find the thing that works for you. I like to take pictures. Everyone tells you to journal when you're going through stuff, and I totally agree with that. I think journaling is great. I do a lot of journaling myself, but that's not as cathartic for me as it is for some people. Pictures are. Going out and capturing a moment, capturing a little moment that will bring me joy is something for me. For everyone, it can be different. It can be baking. Maybe you like to get in the kitchen. Maybe it's gardening. hiking, and we've gone over these lists before. There is that something for you that is the equivalent for taking pictures for me. I know we've talked about this one a lot as well. Talking to friends. Find that friend that you can call and just let loose. You need that someone who you can completely let your guard. And that's also the practice of letting it go. You know, like I said, giving it to God. That's also part of that process for me. I'm able to give it to God completely when I'm also able to digest it with a friend as well. The new year is here, as you all are very well aware. And I am looking forward to all the new and wonderful things that come along with the new year. However, and I want to point this out because I think this is true for a lot of people, the new year for me is always, I always get a feeling of being a little down in the new year. Because for me, all the build up for the holidays, Thanksgiving, you got Christmas, you have New Year's, you have the 12 days of Christmas. We've talked about all these on the podcast. There's all this joy and there's decorations and there's family and there's all that stuff, all the things I need to fill my soul all the way up with all the good feelings to get through is all gone. It's just like one day it's on, one day it's off, and it's just like, that's just kind of for me, it's just kind of like, now what? What's next? I don't stay there. It's a very simple thing. It's a topical thing. It goes away. But I think a lot of us do feel that kind of slump at the end of the holidays. And so I thought about doing a podcast on New Year's blues, but I think all of this ties into it. Feeling blue, feeling a little down, frustrated, even angry. Those are all completely normal feelings. It's the things that, like I said, all of that stuff is completely normal. It's what you do with those things, though, that make all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
We can choose to sit with those feelings, to let those feelings fester, to take hold and control how we live day to day, or we can find the little things to help us find a moment of peace in the midst of the pain. I am awaiting the next court date and all of the pain that comes along with that. I have good days, I have bad days, but I give myself grace on the bad days. Let myself know that the feelings that I'm having are normal, and then I make a choice to move past those and to move on with my day and find and enjoy the little moments that are available to all of us. Be encouraged. You are not alone. I started this podcast out, or I started this YouTube video out with saying that I want to share, I want to be vulnerable so that you know that you're not alone. I am in the thick of it right now, and maybe you are too. Maybe our situations aren't exactly the same, but we are both trying to get through a dark time.
Right.
It's completely normal. It's how you handle that. And I wanted to give you some ideas of what I do when I'm trying to get through it so that you know. Whatever pain you are facing today, know that the feelings, I've already said this multiple times, know that those feelings are normal. But choose to give yourself grace and to find joy in amongst the pain. The feelings are normal. We're here to let you know that you're not alone, that God is with you. We are with you. Even though we may have never shared a conversation together, we are with you. If you'd like to contact us, down below is all of our contact information, and we will walk this journey with you. We love being here with you as we started this video out with you guys, and we just look forward to the next one. And as always, thank you for joining us for our Be Encouraged moments.